Welcome back to BRMC's Healthy Connections. As you can tell during the break, we've got some new folks that have joined us. Jaren, would you please introduce everybody for us?
Yes, we recently completed our first session of our Safe Sitter program. And so today we've got the fabulous Lacey Robb and fabulous Kimberly Foster, two nurses that head up and teach the program. And we also have our demonstrators and some recent graduates of the class, Tori and Molly. Welcome.
Welcome all of you today. This is great. Well, what are you going to be showing us today, girls?
I'm going to do the choking infant.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing child CPR.
Child CPR.
Can you believe it? How old are you, Molly?
13.
13. She's going to be doing CPR.
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
Can you tell us a little bit of, I know Lacey, you know the background on the Safe Sitter program. Can you give us a real quick synopsis of where this all came from?
Sure. Kim and myself and Trisha Andrews have been teaching the class here. We were just discussing it. I think we've probably been doing the class here about 8 or 9 years, and Kim and Trisha have been doing it with me for about the last 5 years.
Okay.
We actually started the program. I came across this program. A physician named Dr. Keener from Indianapolis started the program back in 1980.
Wow.
She is an emergency room physician and was working with a nurse who had an adult babysitter at home with her 18-month-old child, and the child choked, and the adult babysitter did not know what to do and brought the child into the ER, and they were not able to save the child.
Oh my goodness.
So Dr. Keener the very next day decided that she was going to start the Safe Sitter program. Felt like it was a preventable death, and if we could teach young children who are babysitting what to do in an instance like that we would save lots of lives. So
Wonderful.
we're excited to have it here.
Yeah, out of a tragedy came something
Yes.
so worthwhile
Yes.
for
Yes.
everyone to learn. You know. Well, who's going to show us what's going on today?
Well, in
Kimberly?
this class that we teach, each student gets a notebook. It's a 2-day, 6-hour class.
Okay.
And in this notebook, they learn how to stay safe in situations, how to deal with problem behaviors, because you know every kid has problem behaviors, and also what to do if how to treat injuries and what to do in a life-threatening situation. Those are some keys. We teach them.
Wonderful. That's what a valuable course.
Teach them all different kinds of stuff, what information they need to have to babysit. Like now day and age, you need to make sure that there's available phone. Now, 10 years ago, everybody had a landline. Not everybody has a landline now, and you don't want to babysit without a phone.
Sure.
It means to call for help if it's needed. So everything like that, along with the CPR and choking for both infant and child, is what they get taught
Great.
in a 2-day session.
That is wonderful. It's a 2-day session, and I know you're offering it this year, about 3 different sessions.
Yes, we
Throughout
just
the-
completed the June. We've got it again in July.
Okay.
And that's booked.
Yeah.
We have a few spots left for the August session, and that is, I believe, the 7th and 8th. They can call us at the Schliemann Center, and we'll get that.
508-2345. It's the one number for the houses.
Yes.
I have no problem ever remembering.
2345, yeah.
All right. Well, Kimberly, are you going to go ahead and?
All right.
I think we're going to
Tori?
start with infant.
We're going
With
to do
infant too, okay.
choking.
Okay.
If Tori
Tori will
can
demonstrate what she learned.
come sit right here. All right, here's your baby. All right, so Tori is babysitting for, this is an infant, so which is a child under a year old. So this is going to be 9-month-old Susie, and Susie is learning to crawl.
Oh, Walker.
And Susie has found a marble on the floor.
Uh-oh.
And she's starting to choke, and she's coughing. So what are we going to do?
Cough, Susie, cough.
Cough, Susie, cough, cough. Okay, she's coughing, but now she's starting to turn blue and she's not coughing anymore. What are we going to do? We're going to support her head. We're going to make a ramp. And now go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Support the head. Cough, 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 cough.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cough, 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 cough. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and there comes the marble. And what do we do?
Good
Pick
job,
her up.
Susie.
Good job,
Yay!
Susie. Hey, Susie.
Okay,
Good
job.
job, Tori. Good job.
Good job, Tori. That was great. I wish I'd
Good
known
job.
how to do some of that stuff
Right here. There you
when I had my own children.
go. Good job.
And Kimberly, I know that you're going to go ahead, and
Molly's going to show us.
Molly's going to do CPR.
Stay on the rug. Okay.
This is what a wonderful thing for the kids to learn.
What if we have, Molly, what if you kind of scooch back your feet this
Yeah.
way? Is that,
Yep.
there you
Get
go.
you in
And then
camera.
move
There we
the-
go.
There we go.
This will be is this like a toddler, I guess, or?
We're doing a 5-year-old. So we're
Okay.
going to have a preschooler here, school-age child here. And Molly's babysitting 5-year-old Max here, and they decide to play hide and seek. And Molly's looking everywhere around for Max, but she can't find him anywhere. She looks outside the door, finds him laying face down in a wading pool, not moving.
Oh, goodness.
So what is the first thing you're going to do today, Molly?
You're going to turn him over.
Okay. Okay, what's the next step we're going to do? We're going to make sure that Max is actually, to see if he needs help. So what are we going to do?
Max, are you okay?
Okay, he's not waking up, he's not moving, he's not breathing. What are you going to do?
Start CPR.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Wow.
16, 17,
Amazing.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. One,
Wow.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Oh, when Max starts coughing, he's spitting up water. What are you going to do?
Turn him over on us.
Okay, and after you give CPR, who do you call?
I don't know.
Good job.
Great, great job.
Good job.
Wow.
Well-
I'd hire you guys to babysit my kids.
You betcha. You betcha.
For sure. You guys did great.
You certainly did.
Do you feel empowered now? Like when you go to babysit, do you feel more confident that you can handle an emergency?
Yes.
You're not so scared of what might happen? Can you think of anything else that you learned in class besides CPR that might be helpful?
Well, you learn how to deal with temper tantrums if a baby has, or if a child has,
They say no.
yeah. Then you know how to deal with that.
Yeah. That's kind of what they like to do. One thing I overheard while they were having the class is you teach them not only, how to take care of the child, but kind of like before they get the babysitting job, like maybe when somebody first asks you if you're interested in babysitting, like what are some of those things that you teach or that you learn how to maybe like screen calls, or if somebody calls you to babysit, like how do you know whether or not you want to go babysit for them?
Well, you need to ask them if they have a landline.
Ask them if they have a landline phone.
Then
Okay.
they ask you not to do it.
Yep. And there was something else that I remember hearing about, like a secret code or password or phrase. What was that about? Can you remember? Was it something with like your code with the parent?
We teach them a code to teach to talk with their parents about. It's called "I'm Ready to Be Picked Up Now," and it's a secret code between the two of them. If it's ever stated to the parent, they know to get in the car to come get their child without asking questions, because their child is in a situation where they don't feel comfortable and they don't feel safe, and we don't want them to have to explain what's going on in front of that other in that situation.
Yes.
That's great.
It is.
That's a great
We
idea.
actually had a teenager use that. She was not babysitting. She was in a situation that she was uncomfortable
Maybe
with
spending the
later
night with a
on.
friend or
Yes.
something? Yes.
And she called and used that from learning it in the babysitting class several
Yes.
years prior, and her mom immediately knew what it meant. And it just means we'll ask questions later, but I need to go get them now.
Perfect.
That's great.
Perfect.
That's great.
And I know that you've, some of the information I've actually read because I sent it on to my granddaughter.
Uh-huh.
And she's found it very, very useful while she was babysitting. And I know there's something you go into how to talk with a parent that's asking you to babysit. In other words, this is a business that you're going to be doing for the summer while you're off from school, and all the questions to ask. So,
Right.
yeah, there's so much more to it than the CPR and the choking and
Right.
And speaking of so much more, didn't you take the class, Kimberly?
I did. I took it back in the late '90s when it was offered here.
Wow.
And that was one of the things that happened in my life at that time that made me go into being a nurse.
really, that's
So
a
this
great
program
story.
has a huge impact
Yeah.
on little lives.
Yeah.
Huh?
Sure does.
How many can be in the class at a time? You've got 3 sessions this summer, and how many are in the class usually?
15 is about our max that we take, and we normally have a waiting list. So we did offer it at Christmas one year, and that went well. So depending on how many, we try to get everyone that wants it
Yeah.
in the class somehow. So
Yeah,
we'll try to squeeze an extra class in here and there if we need to.
right. Well, 3 this year, I know that's grown from what it has been in the past, and more educators as well, so that's wonderful. You've been doing this, how long did you say, about 9 years? 8 or
I was
9
trying to
years?
think, probably 8 or 9
9
years
years,
I've been
yeah.
doing it, and Kim and Tricia probably the last 5 with me.
Wow.
And you guys had to get certified for this class, didn't
So
you?
yes. It
Yeah,
was
this is a
long
real-
certification process. Yeah.
So not just anybody can teach.
Right. And
Which
it-
is great because, it's so specialized. You're both RNs, so you've certainly had CPR training in the course of your own schooling.
Right.
But this is different with, I was counting like, with Molly, I have that correct? Okay.
Yes.
Was doing the 30, and it seemed as though the pressure on that was rather light. How do you teach pressure? How much pressure to use?
For the different ages.
It just, we basically tell them do it harder or you're doing it too hard type thing.
Yeah, that kind of
And
thing.
once
So they get an
I mean,
idea
yeah.
in their mind how much that pressure should be. Okay.
Right.
Okay, based on the child's weight and size. Okay. And with the choking then, kind of the same thing. You can only push so hard.
Right.
And that would
and
be
you
things
just have
to
to keep
try
in
to-
mind their size, the child's
Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
But you have to remember also they're choking, so we need to do something.
Right,
So,
right.
But yes, you always want to keep in mind the child's size. A 1-month-old is going to be different than a 10-month-old.
Sure.
So.
I was thinking when you're a little panicky and the adrenaline's flowing and it's like, whoa, okay.
That is one thing we do teach with the kids, though. Every time we go over something like that with the choking infant, child, or CPR infant or child, is that to always stay calm, because the calmer you are, the more you'll remember what to do. So that's drilled into their head.
Yeah.
Good.
Stay calm.
Good,
So-
because I know with nursing, it's the same thing.
Yes.
Break down later. Right
Yeah.
now, handle it.
Yeah, right,
So,
exactly.
yeah. Well, I want to thank all of
Yeah,
you.
thanks,
Jared,
you
thank you
guys.
for bringing everybody on the show to talk about the Safe Sitter program that's at the Schliemann Center. And they're still opening in
Yes,
August.
we have a few spots left for August, so you can give us a call, 508-2345. Also, they can register online, baxterregional.org.
Great.
Thank
great.
you so much
Would
for
you
having us.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. Would you come back and see us again? We'd love having you all today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we will see you again next week on BRMC's Healthy Connections.